I think we're moving towards more cross-chain and more interoperability between chains and blockchains, which making things a little bit better, but it's still a little bit janky if I have to say. What is the first problem you think that a company or that you need to solve for a company before they can then start attacking some of these bottlenecks, and maybe explain how MetaMind approaches these challenges on behalf of their customer?
Yeah, I mean, one of the first things that we did at the company was we looked at what are the bottlenecks that people face, the bottlenecks that we face with clients, and we built a model around how can we solve it for them. One of the biggest issues is that it's a long list, but like you said, we do have it on the website. But yeah, interoperability is one of them. What we've done is we've made sure that if anyone uses our Metaverse as a service layer, they're able to move freely within the world. So you don't really need to change. You can be in one world, move to the other, move to the other, move to the other. Interoperability between, let's say, our world and a Decentraland or a Sandbox or a Roblox, it could happen, but that needs to be a connectors of APIs and two companies agreeing with one another that let's make it interoperable. It's one of those things that is, it's one of those words that has a lot under the umbrella, and it just really depends on how you use it. Another bottleneck that people face, and we've seen a lot, is that they don't really understand how costly it is to build a metaverse or to build a team that is going to give you a metaverse. And that goes across strategy, it goes across design, execution, and all that. So what we've done is we've built a pipeline that works with the client across strategy, concept, execution, development, and deployment. So we, in a sense, act as part of the team. Another issue is the segregation. So with the blockchain layer, you have, for example, Ethereum, you have Zilliqa, you have Cardano, you have Near, you have all of these blockchain layers. One of the problems a lot of clients face is that they don't really know how each one works and where they should be, which is why we've made it easy for them. They don't really need to think much about it. Everything we do is under the hood. So you pretty much come to us. You say, I want to enter the metaverse, and we give you an all-round package where you have a wallet, you have avatars, you have a metaverse, you have a blockchain layer, you have NFTs. Obviously, as per your strategy that we work with you on, but it does remove that friction of having to find a wallet, find a blockchain, find a character builder for your avatar, find someone to build you the metaverse, decide where you're going to put your metaverse. So there's a lot that goes into it. It's kind of like a Shopify, right? You go to Shopify, you pick a template, that's it. You set up your storefront. It's that easy.
I think that's what most companies want, right? A lot of them want that they want to be in the space, but it doesn't have to be like so elaborate. And, like Shopify, you want to start up your business, but there's certain limits that Shopify has. And I'm sure there's certain limits that some of these companies encounter. Where are your thoughts with cybersecurity? You mentioned KYC. Now, from a blockchain investigator background that I have, we saw that the DeFi space is not a safe space to store your cryptocurrency. I think there was over $100 million worth of hacks alone in last October 2022 from many different DeFi protocols. How safe is the metaverse when you have maybe crypto or tokens being held or paid for in-game, skins or other things that purchasers are acquiring? How safe is that crypto? How safe are those tokens? I don't hear much about metaverse hacks or anything of the like. Is there not much token or crypto being moved around in those areas?
Honestly, that's not a question I can answer because I'm not 100% sure what would happen on like a Decentraland or a Sandbox or Roblox.
Right.
Everything we do is white labeled for the client. We do have a social layer aspect of the business. But again, like I said, we are not a crypto company, so we don't really dabble in any kind of crypto. We have in-world tokens, which is part of the loyalty movement, moving from one place to the other. But that is not pegged to any monetary instance or number. It's more a matter of the strategy. Now, to answer your question, though, from my own experience, I think I remember the last DeFi hack I remember personally was the one that was happening live. And the person who was doing it was, I think, on like Discord or Twitter or whatever, telling kind of literally live tweeting what he's doing and what he's about to do and all of that. I was actually still internal at Zilliqa when that was going on. And I remember the Slack channel was going off because we were like, oh, did you see that? Did you see what he said? Did you see that? Did you see that? So to answer your question, I think it really just depends on the blockchain layer, to be honest. Yeah. I mean, at the end of the day, it comes down to the smart contract and how safe and secure it is, how safe the measures have been taken by the users. I think I've seen a lot of people saying online, oh, I got a email, someone asked for my phrase key, so I gave it to them, and then all my money was gone. Well, I mean, if someone knocks at the door and you answer and you get punched in the face, you kind of,
Yeah.
you need to kind of protect yourself from these things. It's do your own research is pretty important still. That's for sure.
One thing you've mentioned quite a bit is Roblox, and I don't think many people in Web
What's
2
the
know
point?
exactly what Roblox
Like,
is. I have a son that's 7 and 4, so I definitely am on Roblox once a night playing some games with them and their friends. Fortnite is my favorite game to play on Roblox, but how is Roblox connected to the metaverse? Is it the best version of the metaverse that we have right now? Because we all know it's very centralized. There's definitely a central authority on Roblox. Talk to me through like your concept of Roblox and what it has to do with the metaverse.
I mean, at first I didn't realize I was saying Roblox that much. Maybe that's something I need to flag in myself. But to me personally, Roblox isn't really a metaverse. I think it's more a gamified world. Again, it just comes down to how people define what a metaverse is. We use a different level of rendering. So we use a high poly. I believe they use is it pixel? I can't really remember. The target market that we have is completely different to Roblox. Generally speaking, our core focus when going for a client is not the Roblox audience or experiences. It's more the metaverse as part of your ongoing operations, as in it taps into your HR, it taps into your training and upskilling, it taps into your community building, it taps into your pre and post customer engagement and support. It taps into your funnel of driving, revenue and new revenue streams. That's what we do. From my experience
Interesting.
with Roblox, it's a gamified world where you go in, you play a game, you do what you have to do, you have the experience, and then you kind of move to another place or you jump out. I could be wrong, but unless it's pivoted in the last 24 hours, that's how I remember it being. So we have two completely different models, and I believe that again, people are calling Roblox the metaverse, but it's not a sustainable for me anyways, it's not a sustainable environment for people who want to continuously engage in a strategic and incentivized way with a brand or an influencer or an ambassador that they like and follow.
I think you make a great point there. Commercially, they got it down pat. I'd be spending $100 on Robux a month for my kids to get to use. So commercially, they have it down pat. But you're
Yeah.
right. There's not much engagement. There's not much. Maybe brand loyalty would be the best word. But speaking of brand loyalty, it seems like luxury brands have like dove in headfirst into the metaverse. LVMH, you're in, Abu Dhabi FinTech Week was there. F1 was there. Chris Brown in the club. I saw a lot of expensive watches, purses in some of those clips. What has been your experience with traditional brands, and how hard are they trying to get into Web3 to build in?
So we've had a lot of success with luxury brands personally. We work with quite a large number across proof of concept. So one of our models or one of our kind of business visions or insider, what do you call it, culture is that we work with a client on a private proof of concept, meaning that we build the strategy with them and we do internal and small closed testing before they're ready for deployment. So for me and the company, one of the biggest movers in the space has been the luxury industry because they've been extremely quick to pivot to understanding the value of building their community, engaging with their community. They've also realized that if they engage with the community and incentivize them, it will actually yield more rewards and be more sustainable because a lot of the issues that luxury groups faced or were facing, not were, but like have been facing, is that their warehouses are filled with a lot of products that not many people are wanting to purchase. They've also realized that the pre-loved or the secondary market industry has really shot up, whereas more people,
Yeah.
especially Gen Z, is excited in kind of taking items that have a story and a narrative and connecting with it. One of the big misses in the industry has been where we've been extremely successful with the brands that we are working with is that we don't shy away from telling the brand story. And we definitely don't shy away from making sure that their community feels engaged post, pre, and kind of after you've left the experience or you've left the store or you've left the metaverse or anything like that. For us, luxury is set to be our core focus, and it is actually our core focus when dealing with clients. Luxury, lifestyle, entertainment, they all fall under the same umbrella for me personally. But there's a lot that can be done. And yeah, you are right. Chris Brown was in town, and I believe Kanye West was too, if I'm not mistaken. So yeah, it was a good party. I didn't go, but I heard it was a I heard it was a good.
Yeah, sure. You're like, yeah, I didn't personally. It wasn't me in the background with my hand over my face bumping in
friend
the
told
club, but I heard others had a really good time.
a friend told me it was really good.